Today, there's the scene at Flemington, light rain falling, but they're going up to the start at the 1,000 metres for the first of 32 races of the Carnival. The Australian Airlines Maribyrnong Plte will be back with the opening race on the other side of this break.
The Carnival's here and placing a bet is so simple. Just pick up a Cup Pack card and simply choose 3 numbers. Then place your Cup Pack card in here and good luck. On the TAB.
As you rejoin us, the rain is tumbling out of the sky yet again, so it's going to be a wet old day by the look of it, but if you're nice and comfy there in the lounge chair at home, you've got no problems. Here to take you through the first as they flash down the straight here, Peter Donegan.
Yes, thanks, Tim. And for those of you who are sitting at home in your lounge rooms at the moment, I wish I was there with you, because it is not pleasant down here, but, oh, well, we hope the rain does clear up. We did have a bit of a break in the weather before, and let's hope we do have another one. There's the heavyweight out behind the stalls, and down over 1,000 metres away from him is Dan Malicki up behind the binoculars, and they must be pretty hard to pick up down there, Daniel.
They are a little bit. Our screen close up shows the action pretty well, but it's very difficult to see from the grandstand. Very misty, light rain, but it's nothing more than a nuisance for the horses and even for the race callers. The favourite in the race is Clever Zoe. The second favourite is the heavyweight. We've seen him 2 times. Stephen King has ridden him both times. Let's have a chat to Stephen and we'll see what he says about the heavyweight's chances.
I see the heavyweight. He's been very impressive so far, and what a big colt he is. Can he get the money again today against a very smart one in Clever Zoe?
Well, he's drawn a good barrier. I think Clever Zoe is going to run very quickly, and this big colt sort of will bounce and sit right off Clever Zoe. He'll only be probably a length behind us, so
caught them in a pretty good line, and one of the first horses out was Clever Zoe down towards the inside. She immediately takes up the running. The heavyweights got out fairly well. Dormus out wider on the track. Janelle again just behind them from Perfect Craft. Imaginero's got well back in the field with Miss Minden, followed by Sports Works. Running up towards the 500 metres point down. Clever Zoe in front, right up against the rail by a length and a half to Janelle again. Sports Works was third, followed by the heavyweight. 2 lengths away, Perfect Craft, followed by Dormus. Temperate Cug was out very wide on the track, and then Doe Peak. Miss Minden second last, Imaginero last. 400 metres left to go. Clever Zoe a half a length in front. Going up on its outside, the heavyweight. A length back to Sports Works, and they were followed down on the fence by Perfect Craft, and then Janelle again. The heavyweight took the lead. Clever Zoe been shaken up by Clark. The heavyweight's ahead in front. Clever Zoe's coming back the inside. Clever Zoe the inside, the heavyweight the outside. The heavyweight ahead in front. Clever Zoe the favourite coming again on the inside. It's a bob and go. The heavyweight just in front though, and the heavyweight. The heavyweights won the Maribyrnong Plte by a head to Clever Zoe. Good run the third horse, Sports Works, and then came Imaginero. Perfect Craft, Temperate Pug, well back Miss Minden, Doe Peak. Janelle again and Dormus back at the rear. Number 1, you'll find has won the Maribyrnong Plte, and that is the heavyweight, ridden by Stephen King. Well, Gary, Clever Zoe was put under pressure as far out as the 400-metre point, and although she fought back, she's been beaten narrowly.
Well, that's right, Dan. It was a terrific finish. They fought it out really from the 400-metre mark. Stephen King had a beautiful run on the heavyweight. He just sat off Clever Zoe, and she just, when the heavyweight came at Clever Zoe, they knuckled down and really fought it out right to the line.
They seem to get pretty close in the last 300 or 400 metres.
Well, they were close, but I don't think there'd be any interference or anything like that. They were both racing pretty straight.
Well, Clever Zoe won her first start, Gary, by 9 lengths, and she was the only horse in the race. But today, a big surprise for most punters. She's been beaten in the Maribyrnong Plte. The heavyweight expected should pay is of $5 the win and $1.30 the place. He was the second favourite. Clever Zoe $1.10, and Sportsworks number 3 has run third, $5.10. Gee, he might have a big future. I thought his run was excellent.
Tremendous. Well, those who listen to Angus, well, here's the replay coming up now. You can see the heavyweight's just gone up and hit at Clever Zoe here, and they really start to fight it out from this point on.
Well, the heavyweight's got probably a neck in front at this stage, but Clever Zoe didn't stop trying.
That's right. Well, here, both boys have gone for the stick here, and Clever Zoe really starts to respond to Michael Clark's riding. And Stephen King's getting the best out of the heavyweight, and they've really fought it out. There's not much between the pair of them here. They've just gone nice and straight to the line.
There's the head-on shot here, Gary, and we can see how close they get. Clever Zoe just hugged the fence all the way up.
That's right. She's been really well educated, and they've raced really straight.
Well, Angus Armanasco's had a magnificent run with babies over his long and successful career, and he is the winning trainer of the heavyweight.
Yes, and Angus is down here. Well, we can hardly hear ourselves think with this rain at the moment, but I suppose you're not too worried about it at the moment, Angus.
Well, no, the rain's bad, of course, and it's spoiling the meeting, but it didn't detract from the horse's performance.
Were you confident that you could beat Clever Zoe, given her brilliant win?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't confident that he could beat her, but I knew if anything in the race could beat her, it would be him.
He travelled beautifully throughout, too, just sat at the leader's girth.
Yes. It was raining so heavily I couldn't follow the race. I would listen to the caller, and I only picked him up halfway through the race when he started to put a bit of pressure on Clever Zoe. And he's a gutsy horse, and, you know, like he takes after Zedit of his sire. His sire was a real gutsy horse, and this fella looks as if he's going to be the same.
Angus, you've had so many great two-year-olds over the years. You were known as the king of the kids for a long time. How would he stack up against some of the brilliant horses that you've had?
Well, speed-wise, I've had one or two faster than him, but it looks as if he's going to follow the footsteps of Zedit himself. Zedit was, whilst he wasn't the best horse I've ever had, he was the best racehorse because he tried very hard, and would appear this horse is going to be the same.
He's a big, strong horse too, so it looks as though he might be able to get a distance later.
Beautiful horse, not very well put together horse, and he's going to make a very good horse.
Well, it's rained on everyone else, Angus, but I'm sure you're the least bothered person at Flemington at the moment.
At this stage, I am.
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Angus Armanasco, the winning trainer with the heavyweight here in the first event. The numbers 1, 9 and 3. They've run the time of 59.6 seconds for the first event on the program. Clever Zoe leading up, the heavyweight sitting outside him, and this big horse has been able to run away. And he is greeted by not too many people standing around the mounting yard, but the connections will no doubt be delighted. The opening race of the Carnival over, numbers 1, 9 and 3. Back to Flemington on Network 10 after this.
The Carnival's here, and placing a bet is so simple. Just pick up a cup pack card and simply choose 3 numbers. Then place your cup pack card in here, and good luck. On the TAB.
Ra'ura Stud, only 15 minutes driving time from the Auckland GPO, and in the middle of a working class district, is the home of the sire Nassipor, whose quick rise to fame came in the 1991 Melbourne Cup. Nassipor signed the Quinella of Let's Elope and the ill-fated Shiva's Revenge.
Ivory Way battling back then, superimposing Shiva's Revenge late, but Let's Elope has burst away and the Foster's Melbourne Cup belongs to the mare. Let's Elope bolts the cup in, wins by 3 lengths, and it's a Cummings Quinella.
Nassipor has quickly become a great sire of stayers. Brisbane Cup winner Grooming and the recently retired Lord Rivener are also his progeny.
Yes, it looks like it. We're very lucky that most probably they didn't show so much ability early on and people left them alone. And now they're maturing, they're really coming to the fore.
Nassipor, who was bred by the Aga Khan, stands at a service fee of $17,500. The Nassipor breed are usually slow maturers who don't race as a 2-year-old or early 3-year-old.
Up until now, they haven't shown the early ability, and a lot of them may be ruined if they are pressed too early.
Standing at Ra'ura Stud alongside Nassipor is the magnificent-looking Our Westminster, a frequent visitor to Melbourne over the Spring Carnival of years gone by, and the Big Bay, Straight Strike. Nassipor, virtually unheard of 12 months ago, looks set to have a record-breaking career at stud.
A lot of emphasis in breeding nowadays, or certainly for the last couple of years, have been placed with the babies getting money quick, races like the Golden Slipper or the Magic Millions. But along comes a horse that just seems the natural sire of staying horses. Is that a good thing for the breeding industry?
Yes, I believe it is, Danny. It's what New Zealanders have always been good at, and we've never been able to compete with the great sprinting horses of Australia and their 2-year-olds, but our long suitors, classic horses and stayers, and I think it will be in the future also.
Oh, and isn't he a good sort, Nassipor? We'll take a break and come back to Flemington after this.
weather, wait around for 5 minutes and you'll probably get a change. We're moving into the stalls for race 2, the Carbine Club Stakes, over 1,600 metres up to the commentary box, and Dan Malicki.
Thanks very much, Peter. Runners are moving in well. Stan Aitken rides the favourite here, Premier Raj. The light goes on. Way and racing in the Carbine Club Stakes. Silverdale a little bit slow to begin, so too was Drill Sergeant. Upheaval and Mr. Untouchable amongst the best two to jump away. Premier Raj, Lansdowne Road are up there early, and they were followed by a Popka getting to about 5th when they settle down. Wadagos is going forward from a wide barrier. Nasadas is up midfield, followed by Hidden Saint. Over on the inside was Gold Message, and then came Prince Karaka. Around the map wider on the track was Golden Sword, followed by Flamingo Cloud. Prince of Ipoh is back to 3rd last with Roy's Boy, and Drill Sergeant's over on the inside. About 900 metres left to travel, and Tantanay got up on the inside to lead. Wadagos went to 2nd, a length and a half to Lansdowne Road 3rd. Mr. Untouchable with a box seat. Premier Raj was 5th, and they were followed out wider on the track by Nasadasa, Popka the centre. Over on the inside, Upheaval, followed by Hidden Saint. Going around them, Baskerville out 3 deep, and then Flamingo Cloud. Wider on the track was Prince of Ipoh, and then Prince of Karaka, Silverdale, Roy's Boy, Gold Message, Golden Sword, and back of the rear of the field, Drill Sergeant. Around the turn, 550 metres left to travel. Tantanay just the leader. Going up wide on the track was Nasadas, and they were followed by Mr. Untouchable, Wadagos. Lansdowne Road in the centre. Wider on the track was Baskerville running on. Upheaval needs a run, and then Premier Raj as they run down towards the 300 metres point. Lansdowne Road just in front. Wide out was Baskerville. Flamingo Cloud runs on, and then Prince of Ipoh followed by Premier Raj. Baskerville hit the front with 200 metres to go from Lansdowne Road. Prince of Ipoh late, then Tantanay at Hidden Saint. Baskerville got to the front with 100 to go though, and Baskerville's drawn away from Lansdowne Road and Prince of Ipoh. And Baskerville goes on a win by a length and a half to Lansdowne Road. Prince of Ipoh 3rd. Upheaval and Eyecatcher for 4th, and then Mr. Untouchable and Tantanay. Close up Hidden Saint, then Flamingo Cloud. Premier Raj had every chance. Silverdale next in from Drill Sergeant of Popka. Well back on the field, Roy's Boy, Wadagos, and towards the tail, Nasadas with Golden Sword and Prince Karaka. Number 3.
Baskerville, the winner of race number 2 on the card. The numbers here at Flemington, 3, 2 and 12. Baskerville, Simon Marshall first. Lansdowne Road, Michael Clark second. And 3rd placing in the race going to number 12. And it was a pretty good effort to Prince of Ipoh, ridden by Jay Cassidy. 1:37.3 the time. Numbers 2, 12, 3, 2 and 12 after the running of race number 2. We'll be back with correct weight and all the information on the 2nd at Flemington after this break.